Hello YouTube, welcome to another one of my Duel Links videos, and today I have for you the updated Dark Magician deck now that we have more support for the archetype. If you saw my pack opening, I did get 3, I actually got 4 because I went full whale this box and I got one of them as a guaranteed ultra rare. None of them glossy, none of them prismatic, which is a little sad. But it's a really good card. If you're not familiar with this, it says special summon 1 Dark Magician from your hand, then special summon 1 level 7 or lower Dark Spellcaster type monster from your deck. If you control a Dark Magician, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard. This is a quick effect, by the way. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 face-up spell trap card your opponent controls. It has its effects negated until the end of the turn. It's really good. That negation, it's really good because it's going to help you when you're trying to go for a game, in the mirror match. The mirror match is crazy because the first person to activate their navigation, it's more than likely going to win that duel, because if you activate this during your opponent's end phase, then you just summon your Dark Magician. This goes to the grave, so you have your negation, and all you have to do is negate their Magician's navigation. And so many people scoop to that. Some of the replays in this video are not going to be great because a lot of people were scooping. I don't know if it's because they were just trying to get quick duels so they could test, or they were salty. I don't know, but I got a lot of scoops off of this. I'm not sure how most people are going to play Dark Magicians, but you guys know I gotta try to make it as spicy as possible. So we threw in a synchro engine because our target with Magician's navigation is actually Knight's End Sorcerer. It says when this card is special summoned, you can target up to 2 cards in your opponent's graveyard, banish them. One thing I want to say is this is it's a when you can effect, meaning that it will miss timing unless you use Magician's navigation as a chain link one. So you have to be careful about that. If you're trying to use this against red eyes, for example, you don't want to wait until your opponent attacks with the red eyes and activates their effect. You want to do it immediately at the start of the battle phase so that you can banish their warriors in the grave. They don't get to equip anything. You can banish Neo's fusions. You can banish a lot of things. Blue eyes, you banish White Stone of Ancients, you banish blue eyes. So it's a really good card, but I love the fact that it gives the deck a synchro engine. Dark Magician and Knight's End Sorcerer can yield you a Vermilion Dragon mech, which is really good if back row is not a problem and all you have is a monster in the way, because then you just summon this, destroy the monster, go for game. So it's like an extra 1,000 knives, I guess you could kind of say. You can also go into an Armades, Keeper of the Boundaries, level 5. I was running the Cloud Castle, but I decided to put in 1 Arcanite Magician because there was a scenario where I had 2 Night Ends Sorcerer, and I could have gone Armades into Arcanite, get 2 pops. But mainly you're going to go into Armades, Vermilion, or you can go into Azure Silver Dragon. Azure Silver Dragon is actually going to yield you or give you a Dark Magician during the next standby phase after your next standby phase after you summon it. So it's kind of cool. It's also a 3k wall if you're trying to wait out, maybe draw some other cards. 3 Magician's Rod is pretty standard. This is your main searcher. It makes it so that you're running 6 navigation, basically 4 knives and 4 dark magic attack. So it's really good. It helps the deck not get cluttered by having to put multiple dark magic attacks or 1,000 knives. We're running the Eye of Timaeus, which I never used. I didn't use it at all. It almost seems replaceable, and then I could put more of a synchro toolbox. But I wanted to put it in there just to try it out. But I don't remember using it at all. It never bricked me either. I just never drew into it. The 3 Dark Magician, it's kind of a must. You can try and get away with running 2, but then you need Jester or something else that will let you add them back from the grave. Because especially in this decks, I go through a lot of Dark Magicians because of my synchro engine. The skill is going to be a Trick Up the Sleeve so that you are guaranteed to have 1 Dark Magician in hand, and then in your next 3 cards you're trying to get to your one of your 6 Magician's navigation. That way your navigation is always live. For the back row, 2 Drowning Mirror Force because we're running a lot of level 7. So if we don't have or monsters that we can normal summon or set, you want that Drowning Mirror Force protection. It's also really good to against Red Eyes right now. I mean, Red Eyes Power of the Guardians. It's so annoying that it's just worth running Drowning Mirror Forces. It's also really cool because if you have both of them set, you just Drowning Mirror Force their monster, special summon after you shuffle them back into the deck, and you can either, you know, if you have your dark magic attack, or if you can search into it, or really just attack for game if there's only one card in your way, because you know you're going to be able to negate it with Magician's Navigation. So it's pretty easy to get game with this deck. 3 wall of these because our Dark Magician is only 2500, so there's really no way to buff him. I didn't want to run Dark Magic Expanded. It felt clunky, but that's just a personal choice. If I were to take the Eye of Timaeus out, then I have space for Dark Magic Expanded, maybe another Drowning, or you know, another Thousand Knives, another Dark Magic attack. But the deck was really fun. I didn't get to play test it a whole lot. I mean, I have to work tomorrow, and I got done streaming pretty late, but I still wanted to put this out there for those of you that showed up to the stream. You know, I always have to kind of cut the stream early, and you don't get to see the new decks for a while, so I like to put at least one thing out, you know, that night. But here we're going up against a Crowler, and this is a beatdown Red Eyes, I believe. Yeah. So as you can see, no Dark Magic attack, which means this would have been a huge brick. So at least we have defensive options. And other than Cyclone, Red Eyes is not that careful about dealing with back row. So it's pretty safe for me to have both these wall of these. I pick a Magician's Rod, which I had a high chance of getting either Rod or Navigation. You know, 6 out of 15, that's pretty good odds. And we see the power of the Guardian. So normally I'd be like, how am I going to out this Red Eyes? No worries. I have wall of these. I have Dark Magic attack to destroy all the equips. I'm sitting good right now. He's gonna destroy with the Red Eyes Archfiend of Lightning. I'm gonna summon both of them. And like I said, you have to have your toggle on. You can't wait until Red Eyes attacks. You have to do it before, like at the beginning of the battle phase. So I'm going to banish, or attempt to banish, a Red Eyes and the Warrior. This plays to my favor because I'm forcing him to activate his Return of the Red Eyes. So now my walls of D are huge. That's 2400. He's got a 0 attack monster and a I'm not sure how much attack the other Red Eyes had, but I had a second wall of D that I didn't even use, and he just scooped because it was over. Even if you know, for some reason he had like 10,000 life points. Next turn I have my Dark Magic attack. I can destroy all of his back row. If he tries to use a Red Eyes fusion, I can negate with the Navigation that I have in my graveyard. It's kind of crazy. The deck, I think, still struggles a little bit consistency wise, but once it gets going, it's really good. I'm just not sure if it's gonna become meta. We're just gonna set for Magician's Navigation, and this is what I'm talking about. We're gonna summon Dark Magician. We're gonna summon the boy Knights and Sorcerer. I forgot to mention, I didn't play the 1700 spellcaster Kiko, I don't know how you would say his name, because he was bricking me the whole time. So instead of preventing my opponent from banishing, I'd rather just banish the resources that they're trying to use. We're gonna go Dark Magic attack. Treacherous, I don't think so. I have Magician's Navigation, and now we just go for the win. The only thing in our way is a monster. So, and this is what I mean, I could have gone into Arcanite and then pop a monster, kept my Dark Magician in the field and go for Eye of Timaeus, but I'm kind of forced to go into Vermilion so I can pop the monster, and that's game. They scoop. No one let me deliver the finishing blow, which is kind of sad. I got Yoshi. And this is very similar to the first duel against Red Eyes. Only this time I don't have Wall of D, I have Drowning Mirror Force. Oh, I have both actually. So we're gonna summon the Magician's Rod, set all of our back row. I also like running a lot of back row in this deck because it's gonna help you bait out those Cosmic Cyclones and things like that. If you're only running Navigation, a lot of the times it's just gonna get Cyclone before you can activate it, and then it's a big Pepe hence. So he econ takes, he's overextending. I don't understand why. Like, there's 3 back row, my boy. Why would you try to go for a game like this? You absolute mad lad. Red Eye / Dragon goes for the beatdown, and he's going to scoop to this Drowning, but again, we're gonna Drowning. I'm gonna special summon Dark Magician, special summon Night Ants, Sorcerer, banish his Red Eyes, banish his Warriors, and then, you know, just I have a negation, I have a Wall of D. What is he gonna do? But we don't even get there because he scoops. He at least let me get, you know, get to see my animation. There we go. Banish. Scoop. I didn't even know what I was gonna draw, but imagine if I draw, like, I don't know, Dark Magic Attack, just to pour more salt in the wound. So yeah, the way I built it, it's kind of, you know, you're trying to survive your opponent's initial turn, and then go for some sort of OTK. Either you take care of the back row with Navigation, Dark Magic Attack, or you take care of the monsters that are in your way with Vermilion or 1,000 Knives, and go for game. Really, really good starting hand. I mean, I'm able to deal with anything, but I'm setting everything because, like I said, if I don't have to activate my, if I don't force activate my Magician's Navigation, it's better. I can, if he's not gonna kill me, I can wait until the end phase when I know nothing's gonna be threatening my Dark Magician, and then just go from there. So I'm okay losing a Dark Magic Attack for in exchange of not being forced to activate Navigation because it's the only trap I set. So we're gonna see Beta, the Electromagnet Warrior. He's gonna add Alpha, and I thought if he summons the big boy right here, I'm in trouble. But I was still okay because I could go into my Vermilion and then, you know, try to figure it out from there. But luckily, he doesn't summon anything beyond that. Doesn't even set a card, so we're gonna summon Dark Magician. And that's another thing. My my Knights and Sorcerer is, you know, it's not big. So had I been forced to activate this early, he could have just gone and destroyed this, and I lose my Synchro Engine. So we're going to banish that Cosmic Cyclone for no reason. Pick up a Magician's Rod. We're gonna force the tag out with 1,000 Knives. He's gonna summon a Delta. Now we can go into our Synchro. Our boy Vermilion. Destroy the Delta. But they scoop. No one let me finish them. Nobody. Well, one guy, the Red Eyes guy Sudoku, so I guess that's fine. And I know Sudoku is not the right word, but that's the meme. And this is the mirror match, and as I mentioned earlier during the deck explanation, the mirror match is at this moment it's kind of like who activates their what is it called? Magician's Navigation first is the person that's gonna win, unless the second person has double Magician's Navigation. So here we're gonna go with Drowning, Navigation. And he pretty much mirrors my play. The only unfortunate part for him is that I have a second Magician's Rod. So I'm gonna be able to Synchro and then search. Synchro into Armades. We're gonna search so that you know, we force the back row. But as soon as he sees the Dark Magic Attack, it's just another scoop. I really wish I could have given you a little bit better gameplay, but all the duels were like that. Nobody was staying for the tilt. But still, this is a really fun deck. I don't know if this is going to be the best build, but I like the fact that I was able to include a synchro engine with it. I wish I could have gone into Ashrise. Thinking about it, if I'm going to be using my Dark Magician for synchro plays, it might be worth getting rid of the Eye of Timaeus and maybe using something like this, Swing of Memories, so that even after you synchro, you get to summon your Dark Magician back and try to go for a game, because, you know, the Dark Magician will get destroyed. It's not like Silver Scry, unfortunately. But that's gonna be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe if you want. Join my Discord if you haven't. The link will be down in the description, along with my PayPal link if you guys want to support my channel, support my content. I really, really appreciate that. And until next time.